Think we're good. Hello and welcome to Sunday, week 6 of the Blue Otter Premier League. We have Elysium. This side, I always get it wrong. Elysium versus Conduit today. Unfortunately, only one best of 3. I am Box Kimchi, though. And this is Chong. It's this side I remembered. Chong Selma. We're finally actually casting together because we've been supposed to for a few weeks and that didn't happen. Whoops, oopsies. But finally, the schedules and the stars have aligned to bring you a Kimchi and Chong cast.
Yeah, man. I'm very glad to be back. It's been, I think, 4 weeks since I've been here. I think it's been since week 2 that I've missed. We had the off week, and then we missed a week because of production issues with some stuff, and then I missed like last week. So it's been a long week, but it's gonna be a great matchup here today between Elysium and Conduit. This is a rematch of our finals from last Premier split, so I'm really excited to see how these two teams face up with a lot of the changes that have come in for these teams, as in mostly specifically Conduit kind of switching up the entire roster, while Elysium kept the whole core that they have, only really switching out one player. So definitely interesting with both these teams being very close in the standings, getting ready for that final playoffs push with the last 2 weeks that we have here. But going right into the draft here, the first ban is going to be the Lulu. It makes a lot of sense when you do play against Poodle. This is her highest played champion, her highest mastery, and playing against her Lulu, it is oppressive. It is not a fun Lulu to play against, so I really do like that ban number 1 there by Elysium.
You're saying that like there's any fun Lulu to play against. Let's be real. There isn't one. Lulu is a pain in the neck. Anivia. We've been seeing so many Anivia bans for like 2 players. There are only 2 players in the league who really play Anivia, and they just keep getting it taken away from them. I guess they're suffering. I mean, actually, that's a lie. They keep giving, what do you call it? They keep... Not just... Oh my god. I remember my name game is really bad. For some reason.
Is it Saren who plays it? I don't know if Saren plays Anivia. Yeah, I mean, it's been so long. I forget half the people who play here. I know there's like Augury. I know, obviously, YOLO is the biggest Anivia player that I know in this league, and it makes sense that it's banned. And then Sivir, another strong ban away from Genetics. Couldn't remember the old man's name there for a second, but then
man's name.
Wow. I mean that's his name. He's Old Man Genetics.
Damn.
But the bans by Conduit makes a lot of sense. Wukong Ziggs, 2 extremely strong champions in just the metagame right now, and also just like really strong for these specific players on Elysium in general. But the Zoe ban is a targeted ban away from Watercat, so it makes a lot of sense. And if anybody watched LCK playoffs yesterday and got to watch that game 4 of KT versus Gen G, we saw what a Zoe can do with a lead. BDD absolutely popped off on that champion. That was banger series. I'm sorry, banger series. Go watch it. Go watch that series if you haven't yet. That is such a good series. But honing in on the game we have here, Smolder was the first pick for Elysium, and then Tristan was the answer by the side of Conduit, which I think is really interesting because like Yunara is just not touched at all in this game number 1 with how incredibly strong she is. It feels like she's the 2025 Zeri with just like everything that she does with her kit. So really surprised to see no teams like gravitating towards that, especially with the Wukong being banned, because that is like the best counter into Yunara, because he can really easily cancel her kit and do so much against her. So really surprised that that wasn't a priority pick here. But the Jax pick is definitely interesting, especially if Nasian is playing in the jungle this week and not Pine, just because I know he has been playing a lot of Jax and solo queue and in the jungle specifically, so it could be a flex pick if that is the situation. But then on the other side, Vi is the pickup. I'm curious if we're going to see an Ari answer here for Watercat, but it's actually just going to be the Syndra, so definitely not the normal mid-jungle pairing that you expect to see a lot, but it is kind of synergistic in the same way Ari is, just has that little bit less of the early burst potential that can come out with it being the Syndra and not the Ari.
Intrigued by the Syndra. You're really relying on the ability. You're really relying on YOLO, or not YOLO, sorry, Elysium. Oh my goodness, I casted Conduit last week, so YOLO Swag is like my favorite name to say right now, but you're really relying on Aqua hitting these Scatter the Weaks. Because otherwise, or you're relying on Vi getting a really good engage here. Does go both ways. Silas going to be the response. I hate this champion. He's very strong. And I'm not excited to see him paired with a Jax, even if it is in the top lane, not the jungle that we used to see. Rest in peace, Jungle Jax. You will be missed. But leaving jungle on the table, and your opponent really can just focus out those bans now, because you shouldn't really be worried about support too much, unless there's Braum still on the table. Then you have to be really worried about support. I kind of forgot Braum existed. I'm so used to him not being allowed to exist. For the most part.
I mean, Braum is good into what Elysium has drafted already. It's good into the Syndra. It's pretty decent into the Smolder as well. But I think the real interesting thing about this Conduit draft is I'm curious if I can get some insight from our producer about who is playing jungle this week for Conduit. Because if it is Nasian, he can both play the Jax and the Sylas jungle. But if it's Pine, I don't know if he's put any time in on the Sylas, who is extremely strong in the jungle right now with the recent buffs that came in. I think it was 2 patches ago. I'm surprised a lot more teams haven't been picking it up, but it looks like we're just getting full focus bans on the support. So really limited on the engage options here. You still have like the Thresh, the Rel is still available, Rakan is up, even Nico, who is incredibly strong, that like is such a different style compared to other engage supports. So really curious to see what the priority support pick is going to be here for the side of Conduit. And now I'm going to do a quick scan here. Okay, so it is Nasian jungle. So that means this Jax and this Sylas is flexible into the jungle for the side of Conduit in this game number 1. So really curious to see how they choose to finish out this draft and put what where, depending on the way the rest of this draft does end up going.
I'm not a big fan of the Nami. I think they kind of need some guaranteed engage options, bubble, tidal wave, good peel choices, but I mean, I guess they do have Abscond, Abduct, and Counter-Strike, but those are not conditional, but those are very, I'm going in, and we're going to get this one person kind of thing. They don't have the Nautilus, of course. Nautilus, Braum, very good options. They will give over the Galio to the side of Elysium. It seems like it will be the support answer or the potential Sylas answer if that is going into a lane. And okay, it's going support. Cassante locked in for this potential Jax matchup, it seems. Unless Conduit really want to throw it into the jungle here.
Yeah, I mean, the Elysium draft is interesting to me just because it's Galio support. He doesn't have as much potential to make plays across the map early in the game because he doesn't have that access from mid lane to both side lanes. So watching how they position Arrow on this support Galio is going to be interesting to me. And we get the answer. It is the Aatrox R5 into the Cassante, which puts the Jax in the jungle. And then we have YOLO Swag on the Sylas in the mid lane. So really curious to see how Nasian is going to perform on this. And it's also interesting because these two teams, with it being Guster Posey in the jungle for Elysium and Nasian in the jungle for Conduit, these are two guys who both play Jax jungle. So Guster should have a pretty strong insight onto how Nasian is going to be playing in this game and how he's going to be pathing. So it could be a advantage to the side of Elysium. But like you already mentioned, the engage options are so limited on the side of Conduit. It is hoping that you're hitting those sweet spots that are so easy. A Abscond Abduct engage out of YOLO Swag or a multi-man Counter-Strike by Nasian, or just hoping that the bubble lands from Poodle. But on the side of Elysium, you have better engage options. You have the Vi, you have the Scatter the Weak here coming out from Watercat in the mid lane, and then also Galio with the multi-man taunt plays or the ultimates that can make it so that it is that proper engage for the team. It's definitely going to be interesting how these two teams play out with like kind of the more single target catch out engage that they have instead of the like multi-man team fight engage options that were up and available in the support roles still. But definitely an interesting game number 1 draft here we have.
Star was on the table. Like I don't hit Nami, not really. I mean, I guess they didn't want another melee champ potentially, but that doesn't really make sense because you have Tristana. She's gonna be pretty safe for most of the game. I'm just befuddled, I guess.
Yeah,
for lack of a better word. Like, that's guaranteed engage right there. There's so many options, especially if you know what you're doing on Alistar. You can flash QW. You can, of course, you could just say this person is getting no chance to flash out of my combo and lock it up with the Sylas or the Jax or the Atron. It's just, there's so much combo potential here that doesn't rely on you hitting a skill shot or removing all your engage options in exchange for getting a stun. I'm just... conditional CC is really not the best situation here when you have an ADC is your core damage source here as per usual, but there's just no consistency on the lockdown. I gotta go with Elysium on this one, or Elysium. I pronounce things wrong a lot. Sorry in advance, Elysium, for the past 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. The Alistar is up. I think Alistar is like probably the best support in the game right now, besides like the Nico or even the Braum. Like Alistar Engage is so guaranteed, it is so strong, and I understand picking the Nami in a weird way just because she does work pretty well with like a Sylas and a Jax, but I just think, like you said, the engage options are just so limited on the side of Conduit. It's going to be tough to play out this game, especially if Elysium gets the ball rolling early with the comp that they do have, because their comp can snowball a game really well, and you always have to be worried about that Syndra Smolder late game scaling with how much damage that they can pump out. So, I mean, I agree. I'm gonna probably be favoring Elysium here in game number 1, but they could struggle a little bit depending on how strong the Conduit side lane options do get in this game with the Sylas and the Aatrox. It's definitely going to be a lot of focus from Nasian to get both So Easy and YOLO Swag up, but I mean, you have CZI on the side of Elysium. He's a consistent top laner, is able to absorb a lot of pressure and able to, you know, push his advantages when there's a small window on them. And then also Watercat is a great mid laner. I mean, the entire Elysium roster is pretty solid, as is Conduit, but I think it's going to come down to draft between these two teams, and Elysium definitely has the upper hand here in game number 1.
That's a 2-0 prediction on the side of Elysium from us, which means that Conduit are winning this game. We have a really bad track record, actually, of our 2-0 votes going the correct direction, so we'll see if Elysium can buck the trend, or if Conduit will keep the good old-fashioned tradition going, as we will see you guys on the ref for game number 1. And we are back with game number 1 of the only BO3 of the day. Sadly, Elysium on the blue side, Conduit on the red side, and you mentioned it at the top of the day. Standings, these two teams really close, and with the recent fall of the Spire in the past 2 weeks, 0-2, and going, I believe it was 1-4 these last 2 weeks, the number 1 seed is up for grabs. If Conduit 2-0 this series, they will tie for first place, and I believe Elysium will actually move to first place if they win this series in any fashion, unless my math is wrong, which it very much could be. So, but regardless, a lot on the line to tie the former, I guess, best team in the league on the line here.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be interesting. These are two teams that I expected to be towards the top when the season did start. I was kind of expecting Elysium to be the best team at the start of the season based off of how they played last year in that playoff run that they had and everything. And now they have the opportunity to be able to get that if they get the victory here over Conduit. But Conduit is another team that I thought would be good coming into the season. They made a couple roster switches in the mid lane and in the jungle. Obviously, we see Nation back in this week and not Pine, but these two teams are teams I expect to potentially see in the finals facing off against each other again. So this could be a small indication of what we could be seeing in a couple of weeks for that grand finals for split number 2 of the Premier League. But right now, it's just going to be a slow laning phase. Looking at the runes and masteries, nothing is really shocking, except for maybe Dilling going on the exhaust in this matchup against Tristana. If Genetics decides to go aggressive, it can be a little bit difficult for Dilly to deal with, but TP on Smolder is so good because if nobody's picking up a side wave, you can just TP up to it and be able to get all those stacks for yourself. So really interested to see how they end up using Dilly on the Smolder in this matchup, but as it is right now, I think basically everything's going to be a slow kind of just trading back and forth on HP bars while you're CSing until one of these two junglers decides to get involved in the game.
We're going to be chilling for a little bit. Both junglers should be hitting level 3. I assume we're going to see a quicker gank out of... It is Duddy Brains. I'm hoping that's not just a rename. I really hope there's a player out there.
No, it is Duddy Brains. That is correct.
There is no rebrands, only Duddy Brains today. And should be able to get out on the map a little bit faster just because Vi has much better gank potential. Vault Breaker is a very strong ability that can use some fine-tuning as that taunt's going nowhere. But CZI just going to be winning these trades for now because of Aatrox's non-existent base stats compared to... what's the copy pasta? You know the copy pasta off the top of your head. Showmaker made it famous, and yeah, just all those early game advantages. Just dear God, his base numbers are, or his, the base stats of his abilities are just insane to compensate for the fact he never builds damage ever. So should be winning these trades pretty easily. There's good ward there from Poodle to just say, get out of dodge. There's a Vi here. Q flash, get out.
We could have some interesting action here at the bot lane Scuttle Crab.
Whoa, lost the push way early. There's no Vault Breaker to escape, and that means Duddy Brains is getting boomed by the not Satchel Charge. I think it might just be called Explosive Charge.
I think it is just Explosive Charge. I think, you know what, let me go to my cheat sheet and I'll let us know, but that was a really good early play out of Conduit. Like, Nation just finished his blue buff as Duddy was coming up to the Scuttle Crab, so was able to just sit in the brush and wait for him. And then because the Tristana just has natural push advantage in this lane early, is able to just get that wave pushed in, and then the bot lane is able to make their roam, and First Blood goes on to Genetics as a reward for helping out his jungler in that play. And Nation even smited away the Scuttle Crab. Oh no, so easy.
Potentially a fight win here. Did he dodge the sweet spot there? CZI is just stunting on so easy. But yes, confirming it is literally just called Explosive Charge. I thought there was going to be a funny name. No.
Nope. Just
but there you can see but there you see the power of the early push. Like, this is why teams are drafting Tristana, besides the fact that, of course, she is an insane hyper carry. But just in early laning phase, whether it's mid or bot lane, you just constantly outpush just because of the Explosive Charge passive, and you get good situations like this where jungle mirrors first clear, And then you just get a free rotation unless you're facing like Sivir or Ziggs, and the odds of that is relatively low. Sivir's picking up in popularity, but just Trish still wins the matchup, so you're not really concerned.
Yeah, and I mean, both of those champions were banned away in this game. I mean, obviously, once Dilly does hit those crucial stack points for the Smolder when your Q is bouncing off of minions and hitting back wave, you'll have some potential to match the wave clear that Tristana just innately has in her kit thanks to that explosive charge, but otherwise, it's still going to be difficult to respond to these lanes, which means the bot lane of Conduit have first move to everything, and with that, we see already on the minimap that Nation has started up this dragon #1. The Mountain Dragon, gonna be good for just a little bit of resistance help on the side of Conduit, which is good when you don't have a real tank, and especially to take it away from teams that do have tanks. Thank God it's not the Mountain Soul that could be a potential for the side of Elysium here in this game. And it's not even going to be the Infernal Soul either, which I think both teams would have loved to have. Obviously, any team loves to have an Infernal Soul, but right now we're just going to be going back to kind of the lull state, as the LCK loves to call it, as teams are kind of just farming up, waiting for the next play. I'm curious if we're going to see potential from either of these teams to move their bot lanes up to the top lane for that potential grub play, but I think Conduit is happy to keep Tristana and Nami in this matchup and then potentially just give over one of the grubs or try to contest with So Easy and YOLO Swag. Definitely going to be having to keep our eyes on those grubs that do spawn here in the next minute 10 seconds.
The grubs, the thing, it is kind of odd because Conduit don't really need it as Genetics looking to get aggressive here, but the bubble will just make sure, or the Achu, not the bubble, sorry, we already have a different bubble. We'll make sure they're slowed enough that it's not going to come into play, but with the grubs, you don't really need them actually on this team. You have Jax, Trist, and Aatrox who are all pretty solid at taking down these turrets already. Of course, Trist may be maybe the second best turret buster that isn't like Yorick or Nasus, who just get to destroy the things because they are top laners. But you also don't want to give that ability over to Elysium because they don't really have any good turret busting. Cassante's very slow attack speed. Syndra's in Mage, and it's Smolder. Smolder isn't very well known for attack speed, more for abilities, which you are not allowed to use on turrets unless you are Nasus or Yorick. Thank you, game.
Or Ashe, or Ziggs.
Or Ashe, yes, you could charge the... Oh, what a perfect taunt there by Dilly. Holy cow, Dilly gonna survive because Arrow hits a picture-perfect taunt, just barely saving from the explosive charge and the buster shot.
Yeah,
Oof,
and
that was so close.
Also, the mom coming out from Dilly, giving him just that little bit of HP to also be in a safe spot, but Exhaust was also used there by Arrow. Wait, TP behind!
Ooh, here comes the flank. Arrow might just pick up the solo kill here, but here comes the Smolder. Genetics gonna pick up Arrow, and this might be a little difficult. There's the tidal wave. It's going to be on Duddy to come down here to get this rotation, but I believe Genetics can execute here.
I think he could just sit in that bush and recall.
He could reset. Duddy is choosing to clear his wave instead of trying to bum rush.
Oh, wait. Duddy's trying to get down there on the bot
it's
wave.
It's not going to be in time. It's not in time.
He's gone.
Immediately knows I'm not going to make it in time and just has to give it. He just took... I don't know why... If you're Dilly, you're just pinging saying go.
Yeah.
Maybe they get this response. Nope, don't even get a response play. Good flash there by YOLO Swag. Watercat just not fast enough with the Scout of the Week there, in my opinion.
It also, that bot play that we saw Genetics get that trade aggressively onto Dilly and Arrow, and then Arrow goes in to try to get Genetics, but the barrier comes out, the healing that comes out from that ebb and flow from Nami was enough, but also the changes to TP, they are so much longer now. Maybe if Arrow waited a couple more seconds, the play would have been different and Dilly would have been back on the map and they would have been able to pick up that kill onto Genetics. But now, this Tristana is sitting at 2-0. Yes, down in CS because Dilly was able to catch that whole wave.
He actually lost his Q3 there for a second, going all out onto So Easy as we get the World Ender out of the Aatrox. But there's the Q3, flash away from the auto attack. It does not matter. CZI with the solo bolo up on the island.
Yeah, that is Cassante for you, and especially with going for that Bramble Vest early, it makes the Aatrox kit so muted. It's such a good, smart purchase there by CZI. Even able to get the solo kill. Also, didn't even flash himself. Burnt the flash from So Easy and that World Ender as well. So now CZI has even more kill pressure in this lane whenever he does feel like to push that advantage. So really heads up play there by CZI to get that solo bolo. And like I was saying, this is one of those top laners that So Easy is going to have to be tested against. CZI is a perennial solid top laner up in the Emerald divisions, and he's really showing So Easy it is hard to move up if you are not ready for these top laners to get aggressive at awkward moments, and CZI really just gonna have to try to push as much of an advantage as he can, become such a massive tank and frontline, and be able to threaten anybody in the back line in these team fights.
They're going to take a good amount of damage there. Bubble not going to connect, and ooh, Justice Punch not quite where Arrow wanted to place it. I'm impressed we're not seeing Spellbook here from Arrow. If you've watched the streams, the people watching know that I've kind of dunked on supports that don't understand the Spellbook, running it as, ooh, there's an engage from Hunter. Yo, that's not going to do anything. Perfect buffer on the abduct. Drake should be pretty free here, unless Arrow steals it with a really weird AP scaling. Nope, just gonna have to give it. But Spellbook, really good if you know how to use it, and I'm hoping these supports are learning how to, because it looks like it's not going away anytime soon. This is probably going to be the main keystone for supports going into 2026 as well. Unless there's massive nerfs to it, which there really shouldn't be. It's an insanely hard rune to use. Please don't nerf it, Riot. It's not worth it. This is going to be a 3-man collapse onto Duddy. They need to just pop the blast code before... Why
didn't you ult YOLO?
You could have ulted. That is my... Oh, Nation is not happy. But there's no mid laner to cut it off here. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you pop blast cones before your opponent can. If you see the situation arising, pop the blast cone. You have cease and desist. You could just ulti right back onto her if you need to.
I was gonna say they didn't even need to pop the blast cone because YOLO stole the cease and desist. You just CC chain it. You had the stun come out from YOLO, which was great. Nation layered his stun perfectly. Oh no.
Nation is handing over the blue buff right back. God, this is a bit excessive. Okay. That was a bit excessive. Nice kill for CZI, but 2 ultis burned. Thankfully, nothing really on the Rift to worry about.
Yeah, and I think that's a double buff Cassante now, which is not going to be fun for So Easy to be. I think Nation had his... Oh, no, Nation did not have red. I thought Nation took his red before they killed... Or before they attempted to kill Duddy Brain.
No, okay. Sorry, I thought they replaced the red buffs with the dots instead of the cool monster head.
Yeah, but... Still going back to that jungle play on Duddy Brains, if they just use that cease and desist, that play on Nation never happens. He just gets to take that blue buff and is A-okay. Oh, never mind.
I mean, there's no cease and desist. There's no scatter the weak, but you're way too close to turret. Duddy's resetting. If you wanted to burn the ulti so you could cycle ultimates, because that is actually a thing you can do on Silas, like, it's the same thing like Unsealed Spellbook, just burning some summoners just because you need a cycle. If you want to burn a summoner so you can get the cooldown back, you could just use it in the fight before. Good force flash at least out of Watercat, but... Man, this Silas could have had a kill. We could have been looking at this Dark Seal meaning something.
And also, it would have been the full feats for the side of Conduit. Nice buffer by Genetics there on the taunt, but... Both teams now
what are you doing here? You hand over the feats because you greed for the wave. And that means that the feat of warfare goes over to Elysium as Nation jumping onto Dilly. Dilly has the flash to get out. Dilly gonna get locked up by the bubble bomb coming over the top, but it means nothing as everyone just leaves.
Yeah, and now my point is that I was going to say both teams just 1 kill away from that feats, but immediately, like you said, YOLO greeds for the wave, gets punished by the TP by Watercat, and then the feats go over, so now it's going to be playing for first turret for both teams now. And the advantage for that obviously does go to Conduit. They have 3 grubs, they have a Tristana as well. But, I mean, if there is a multi-man play somewhere and then the side of Elysium is just able to push down a turret, that they make the play in that lane just because there's no plates anymore. It's just a easy, feels like it should have been claimed by Conduit, but it's definitely going to be interesting. And then that play in the bot lane, we saw Nation come in and flash it on Dilly, and Dilly was able...
forced out flash of the Aatrox. That is called suffering. His genetics is just getting torched here by the flat. Holy, what, he's going back in. He has the lethal tempo. Does he think he gets this? He has the barrier, so he knows he has the healing advantage, and he no longer has the healing advantage.
Yeah, he walked into the Achu when he was... Oh my god.
I don't know why Dilly's not playing hyper aggressive there.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna greed for the explosive charge. You should just really be positioning in front of the wave.
Yeah, definitely a few misplays we've been seeing early, but Rift Herald picked up to the side of Elysium, and now that means they could use that to be able to get first hurt for themselves and be able to claim the feats, but if they go for a play in the top lane, which we see Duddy is pathing back down towards the bot here because the dragon is spawning, and that will be soul point for the side of Conduit if they are able to pick that one up. And because of the classic Riot overlay bug, I'm not sure what soul we're getting this game. I haven't seen any indication on the map, but Rift Herald now popped in the mid lane. They're looking to get this first turret before that dragon even does spawn. And with no assistance here for the side of YOLO Swag, that is first turret and feeds picked up for the side of Elysium, which kind of felt like Conduit was in the driver's seat to be able to claim those here in this game number 1.
How on earth did this end up happening? This was such a perfect situation. 2-0 Tristana to start the game, and suddenly you're not just behind in gold, you're now losing some fights as that's a 3-man scatter the week, and that means Nation is being wiped off the Rift. YOLO has to run away with the Nami in tow, and they're gonna have to give up Drake here, which means their tempo has been massively neutered.
Yeah, and that kind of feels bad because Conduit had the early game advantage. They have a super strong Tristana. They were dragon stacking well, taking objectives well, and then one mistake kind of in the jungle just turned this game around, not getting that kill onto Duddy Brains, turned into the kill onto Nation. Then YOLO Swag agrees to the wave, and then they lose Rift Herald because of the way they're positioned in the wave states, and then it just turns into this where Elysium is back in this game and have the feats, stop the dragon stacking, and it's Hex Tech.
Oh, all out, way far all out here. There's an engage. Tidal wave goes down. They're trying to burst down this Sylas. He's so bulky. Dilly has no damage. He has no health anymore. YOLO gonna pick up 1. Can he find more? He has this Nami, and the chain CC keeps on rolling. Does not have the abduct in range. Maybe abscond. Abducts this Galio. He's gonna need a little bit more damage, but just getting the flash out of arrow before he dies makes it only a 1-0.
Yeah, and I mean, I said it in the draft. Oh, the 2-man scatter the week there by Watercat is gonna stop the siege coming, and he was looking like he was going to go aggressive. I think he could have actually killed Nation in that situation, but Nation does have that Grandmaster at arms, so maybe the resistances would have been just enough to keep him alive. But I said it in the draft, Nami is really good with this Sylas, and we saw exactly that in the bot lane. They just were not able to kill YOLO Swag. They even exhausted him out of arrow, but it didn't matter. He just waited that out, had the cooldowns come back up, and then...
Wait, no, never mind.
Yeah, it's just a support Galio. It's
not
full AP. It's not full AP Faker Galio that's gonna one-shot you.
It's not even tank Galio, man. Even if it was like 2-item tank Galio, maybe we would have seen something like, this is a support Galio. We're getting nothing out of it.
So another thing I wanted to talk about, since you already talked about Spellbook being the best support keystone, which as a support main, I agree. That thing is broken. It's disgusting what you can do with that. I'm holding my thought.
Ooh, no. Okay. It's Cassante, right. Unfortunately.
Cool. Back. Yeah, it's Cassante, not Imbessa. He has less dashes. But back to my thought of Redemption has just popped up as being the best support item in the game. And it is. And it's not that it was buffed recently or anything like that. It's all the other ones got nerfed. And this item has silently been really strong for a long time. And now with everything else being nerfed, this is the item you just rush on basically any support. It doesn't matter if you're Engage, Enchanter, anything. You just build this item first. That AoE healing is so big in these teamfights in this current state of League of Legends that I'm surprised Arrow didn't go at first. Now for the side of Poodle, it makes sense that you go the Imperial Mandate first. Nami needs to build that item before anything else because it just empowers the rest of your team so well, especially when you get that Tidecrawler's Blessing onto them. It's going to work so well with that, but I'm surprised that Redemption wasn't the rush here for Arrow. That item is just
so good.
It's disgustingly strong. I'm playing Alistair and I'm building Redemption first. I'm playing Blitzcrank, and it's a Redemption first item just because what it does, how it warps a team fight for the advantage of your team, it is just so good that, like, I think more supports in this elo and just in general need to realize how this item just changes the game for your team. It just changes how you can play out team fights. You can you can go in for a big engage, get low if it happens, get a big multi-man heal in the middle of the team fight, and then just able to turn the game back around. But Otacon started up here, and this is where we've seen teams flip games in professional before.
Ooh. We've seen some ints at Atacon recently, thinking of that 100 Thieves series yesterday. So many ints around the Atacon, as Conduit have backed off entirely. They're trying to wait for Elysium to overstep, and they're going to need to get Nation in there right now. Ooh. There's so much damage going down. Who's going to land the smite? It's stolen. It was smoted early. And that means Conduit have their vehicle back into this game. It's a 5v2 as they are looking to hunt down CZI. And this, I can't see anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a whole bunch of circles, a whole bunch of things. Wait, does Water Cat get away?
Water Cat?
Oh no, the bubble hits. They know.
They don't know it hit. They barely think about it. And they're just gonna fly. You didn't need to go on. Was that an all-out or a path maker? Oh my goodness, that was insane that it came down to a 100 health miss on the smite from Duddy, and that is what we were talking about. Teams have been flipping games with this Atacon.
Yeah, and for sure, I thought that the side of Conduit actually had thrown it away because they backed off when it was at, I believe it was at 4k HP, but the side of Elysium didn't decide to focus it and burst it down. They were trying to look for poke damage, look for picks, and then Nation gets back into the pit with a huge stun onto Duddy Brains, and then is just able to turn the team fight around for his team. But now they're looking for something more in the mid lane.
Ooh. Mess around the mid lane, and it's going to result in the death of Arrow. I was gonna say they're so close to the turf, there's no way they get something, and they still get something out of it.
Yeah, and I mean, with that pick onto Arrow, the dragon is up, so it's gonna put Conduit back on to that Hextech Soul here in this game. But the big thing that Conduit isn't able to do right now is kind of siege up on this mid lane turret. Dilly is at that stack point where it is bouncing off the waves, and I'm curious for us and for Twitch chat as well, if our lovely producer can get us a small. I can't even see that. Hopefully Caddy will type it out for me. I can't see that.
I can't see.
Yeah, I cannot see that.
We're in the struggle zone right now. The bitrate has collapsed.
194. I see Twitch chat saying 194. Thank you, Twitch chat. Thank you, Ian. Thank you. Shout out Cloudbry, aka Bloom Gaming owner, Ian. Great guy. Great. Had a great time playing for. Had a great time playing for that organization, and yeah, shout out, saving our hide here while we're in bitrate hell currently. But now CZI is the focus of the next play.
Ooh. They're gonna be able to shred through this Cassante. There's the stolen ult. Or no, that is the main ulti. Sorry, it was blue this time. Tidal Wave hits all three members. They're just trying to get so much damage down. I believe the exhaust is down on this Aatrox right now. The bubble not going to connect. That is just CZI in the blender. Poodle's getting on the board for kills. 3 men hit by the same Scatter the Weak ball. And that should end this play unless Nation, absolutely psychotic, jumping in onto Arrow, going to get his lunch eaten by Water Cat. Is this the turning point? Water Cat is hitting so many combos. Double kill for this Syndra. The Aatrox no longer the world ender. He's just some dude with a sword, or who is the sword, and that means the shutdown's going over to Duddy. As, oh no, you recall on a ward. It's a triple unofficially for Water Cat, and oh man, we were talking about the throw at the Atacon. It's a throw over you losing a turret.
Yeah, I mean, you kill CZI, but you lose so much more, especially with all those kills going to Water Cat on this Syndra, who has, quietly been strong for a while in this game. He's got so much CS in his back pocket. He's at 2 items right now. He's on his way to that death cap, and this is a champion that can win your team games with the amount of burst damage that you have if those Scatter the Weaks are landing, and Water Cat has been very good at it so far in this game. We've seen multi-man scatters coming out of him, now sitting on that death cap as it comes over. Even the upgraded boots at this point, the amount of damage Watercat is going to be doing in these fights is massive. So he has so much in his hands now to carry this game for Elysium.
Switching feet. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Sorry, we are switching feeds over to
oh my god, thank you, Caddy.
to a streaming, so we can really, this is crystal clear. I can see everything. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. But anyways, Conduit got themselves back into this game after losing their early advantage, and now Elysium, after losing that advantage, are looking to get themselves back into this game as they actually, I guess they're still in the lead. They did get a giant cash injection to throw them ahead. Now 2,000 gold ahead of Conduit at that, but they are still facing down Soul Point in about, or Soul just straight up in 2 minutes ish.
Yeah, and I mean, big thing here is that Poodle has gotten the redemption. We got the strong, funny item, and Arrow is on his way to it, I believe, seeing that upgraded Fairy Charm item that I can't remember the name of. I just know it's 600 gold for more mana regen. But on his way to a redemption himself, but I mean, oh no, genetics.
Uh-oh, that's not what you want to see. They didn't really need to use the heroic entrance, but they're going to use it just for assurance, and this should mean they have full control of this bot side. Even if it is a minute away, they should get so much value out of just one free pick onto genetics there. Stealing the local gold. Thank you, Arrow.
Seeing pings onto the Baron by Conduit, but I don't know if they can take this fast enough.
I mean, they have some damage. Jax is definitely a lot, and Silas
yeah,
but a shocking amount, but
it's known by the side of Elysium. They're trying to sniff it out right now. Dunny Brain sees that ward, so they know something's up, and it's still going down relatively slow. It's only at 5k here.
So easy, he's dead. That's just it. Redemption heals for so much, but it's not going to be enough as there's Watercat going on a rampage, and they're at the stack mark. Dilly gets the first execute. Nation has to. Do you have it in you? Flashes. Doesn't steal it back. So close, but it's just no cigar for the side of Conduit's jungler. Genetics forced to watch as his team falls in the pit, and he has to just clear this souped-up wave from Cassante.
And the passage of play is just an overstep that happens out of Genetics, stepping too far forward with nobody in his back pocket to clear out that mid wave, turns in to the pick onto him, which gives the prime on bot side to the side of Elysium, where the dragon isn't spawning yet, so Conduit pulls the trigger too early on the Baron, gets punished on it, loses the Baron, and then lose the dragon itself as well. So not even going to be getting the soul at this point, as so much gold is going into the back pocket of the side of Elysium as they are just sieging down these turrets. They got 2 in the bot lane from CZI, who wasn't even there for that Baron play. 1 up in the top lane going into solely Dilly's back pocket, which is going to be massive because he is on those execute stacks now. He does a lot of damage, even has the anti-heal in the back pocket for the composition of Conduit. So Elysium is now assertively in the driver's seat, up almost 10,000 gold at this point.
How on earth is this? I mean, I know we say here, we have a saying here, every game is throwable is, oh, Nation. This isn't a throw, but Nation way caught out. I think he did get the blue buff for his team. Yes, he did get blue buff for his team, at least. Noble sacrifice, but you can't be that far up when you have no vision of your own jungle and you're down almost 10k. So they'll have to front it without their Jax. They get a good cat. Poodle almost is dead already as here comes the heroic entrance. Genetics trying to be the hero, but it's not gonna happen. Dilly on a killing double kill. That is disgusting. How much damage that just did. Oh, and there's the redemption. Eventually got there.
Yeah. Sad thing for Poodle there, redemption doesn't do damage to minions, only to champions, so can't even clear away the wave with it. Not like it used to be, where it did actually damage minions, but I mean,
you used to be able to give minions mana. Broken game.
This is the beginning of the end. We're starting to see the siege come here on 2 sides for the side of Elysium. I say that, and then they just decide to leave. I guess they're going to go for the triple inhib, get a slow but methodical win, not wanting to overforce it, and potentially throw this back to the side of Conduit.
They want to get their last recalls in to, you know, not burn the Baron buff. Very normal things. Don't think they could have ended. I mean, they possibly could have ended. It would have been a coin flip, and I think they'd rather play for insurance rather than just throwing the game, potentially, for no real reason. Even though they have 4 items, jeez, 4 items Syndra, 8, 1, and 3 for Water Cat. Just an absolute menace in this mid to late game. Poodle's dead. Doesn't even... That is...
Yeah, yep, that was, welcome to Boom Boom Syndra damage, get outplayed, didn't even have to use Scout of the Week. That is how strong Water Cat is at this point in the game. Like, was not even...
Yeah.
Unleash Power, Unleash Power.
Yes, Unleash Power.
Yeah, wasn't
Scatter the Week into it. Scatter the Week into Ball Throw, dead. And I think there was a Ball Summon at the end there, but
yeah,
just, geez.
Scatter into Force of Will into Dark Sphere, goodbye.
Wild, that was one rotation. Oh, you're gonna have to use the Unleash Power here for this one, and Water Cat is legendary. Surely past the execute point of like 20-something% plus some additional numbers. I think it's based on AP ratio. You just get to execute people based on their current health. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking for a play on the CZI as they lose the top lane turret. The top lane inhibitor is the next focus, and this could just be it. They're looking to collapse. Poodle's dead.
They want every single tower, every single inhib to fall. Poodle just once again, getting sacrificed to the Dark Sovereign Syndra. Oh my god, that is nasty. The damage is real. It's a triple as the heroic entrance is just here for style points at this point. They're trying to find one more little solace, one silver lining. They won't find it. Nation forced to watch as the Nexus falls in front of them. And it is a 1-0 lead for Elysium. And they're 1 win away from potentially first place. I think they would overtake. I'm not quite sure how game score is factored in.
Yeah, and that was just Water Cat putting on an absolute clinic. Started with that top lane fight where he got that triple kill and then just carried it for the rest of the game. 13-1 on this Syndra was really the backbone for the side of Elysium. And Conduit did start out that game really strong. They got those first 2 really good plays, got the first 2 kills onto Tristana, but then we saw what we talked about in draft. The lack of engage that they have as a composition just really ended up biting them because Elysium is able to start the fights whenever they want to on their terms. You got the Vi Cease and Desist, Scatter of the Weeks coming out, everything like this, and then Conduit has to kind of just play back foot, use the Tidal Wave as a disengage tool, and hope they can reposition around the fight and then be able to get the engages that they're looking for. But the way Elysium, once they got that lead, played out the late game with this composition, was just unable to be responded to by Conduit. They just had no way to try to pick anybody off with the range that was available to Elysium, and then we just saw that it just was kind of a slow crush down by the side of Elysium and able to take this game number 1 in late game convincing fashion. Maybe some early mid game stuff was a little bit questionable.
Oh, the early to mid game, dear God. Do both of these teams have some things to work on in the early to mid game, which is good, because it means that no team here is perfect and someone's just going to roll through everybody en route to a championship. So it's fun for us and fun for the fans. I'm sure the teams would really appreciate a nice and easy walk to the title, of course. Never want to have to put up with getting an early lead, losing said early lead, getting it back, and then losing the game in the end. Not fun to play, definitely. I can put it that way. But we don't actually have the stats in front of us for once, which is crazy.
I wonder if they're on the other stream. Hold on. Nope, they are not.
They're not in front of us, but we do have to pick a game MVP. I'm going to let you go first because I'm going to think it over for a few seconds.
I mean, it's not even a question. It is just Water Cat. Like, yeah. I don't think there's anybody, like, let me be clear. Elysium did play the late game good as a team, but I don't think anybody else is deserving of it. This was the Water Cat Clinic. He brought us to the Church of Water Cat and taught us how to worship and praise the performance that he had here in this game. It is just a Water Cat diff.
Just like Syndra would want us to do. She's so powerful, she wants us to grovel at her feet. So it's very lore accurate. Thank you, Water Cat, for your lore accurate Syndra dominance and performance. And that was pretty unanimous. We were right for once, though. The prediction was right. Once every 12,000 years, our unanimous predictions will be correct, as Elysium, convincing in the end, took a little bit of time to get there, but they do take game 1 and now are one step away from the top of the tables. Can Conduit at least get something back? It won't be the 2-0 they needed to tie for first, but they'll take second place because it's pretty much directly there. You just gotta hope for a loss next week, unfortunately, but there's still a chance they pull it back. Will we see Conduit tie this up and send it to a game 3, or will Elysium assert themselves at the top of the Premier League with a nice 2-0 over their tied second foe? And we're back for game number 2. The sides have switched. The bans have kind of switched. The Talia is here now. It would have been the Syndra, but, well, it's Fearless and Syndra's already gone. Elysium dominate the late game, I guess mid to late game of game number 1 to assert themselves with match point. And Conduit, they had their chances. Now, I mean, they just got to put it together. It really was just, they didn't put together all their chances, and it cost them in the end.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the early game looked so good for Conduit, and then just, like, we're not able to get much momentum off of it. Like, they had a pretty smart idea at the Otacon, but, like, after that, they kind of just, like, flubbed the rest of the game. But Wukong, first pick here.
I love it.
You don't? This is the best jungler in the game. This champ's disgusting.
I mean, he's very good. I've seen too many Wukongs that just don't work. I think maybe Xin. I think Xin might have been the better option if you want a hyper-aggressive engaged jungler. It's just Wukong needs to get ahead or he just is useless. He's an Arbont, and sometimes he dies before he gets even the second cast off.
Yeah, I think this champion is really good. I don't think
that's a broken champion, right?
I was gonna say I don't think it's good into that champion, but hey, at least we know that Elysium will be building a redemption this game at least.
They had a redemption last game as well, but they'll actually get it earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean this Ivern, this champ is. I think this champ has like always been good since he came out. Like
he was bad for a while. He was bad for a little while, but I think it was. Eventually, he got some crazy buffs, and people are like, dang, this champ's broken. Just perma tempo, and now he has the double shield if you don't hit anything with it, which is just insane. It made lane Ivern unkillable, which was so stupid. Worst buff they've ever made to a champion, and they've just kind of never fixed him. I think they tuned his numbers down, but they've just kind of let him exist, and it's like he's the best solo queue jungle available because he just has permanent time.
And Daisy is a 6th champion. Like,
Daisy
there are some pets in League of Legends.
Oof.
I was gonna say Daisy is the best pet.
You suck.
Like the only one that's comparable to it is the Maiden, but Daisy is just so much better. The knockups and team fights, the amount of damage it actually puts out is insane. But also Ivern really good with hyper carries, but even better with bruiser AD carries like Sets and Renekton's and Jax's and stuff
Invincible.
like this. Yeah, like I'm hoping we get a CZI Olaf up in the top lane here this game to pair up with that. But also locked in here is the
Quirky Zyra? Huh?
Hold on, chat. We're processing this bot lane pick here.
I've never seen this bot lane duo in my life. Even when Zyra was at her actual strongest, I've never seen it.
Unless it's Quirky mid, and maybe they pick up a late Ashe for genetics. I think
sense. That is
like Ashe Zyra. I remember back when I started really getting into League of Legends, Wolf and Bang, Ashe Zyra bot lane. That thing was disgusting.
Oh, I hate Zyra so much. I was so happy that it was. Of course, everyone remembers the most important Zyra game ever was not even Zyra. It was the legendary Gorilla.
Misfortune support. I was about
to mention AP Misfortune support to insta-kill the plant and bother her. Awesome. It's not really viable anymore, especially with the Karma locked in. Karma's actually kind of good into Zyra, but also she's kind of bad. Your Qs just get constantly blocked by the plants suddenly spawning. So it's a mind game. It is an actual mind game of who's burning all their mana to deny the other the opportunity to play the video game. As that is a ban. We don't know what it is. If someone
it's Imbessa. We got it.
Oh, it's Imbessa. So CZI will not be getting the very loud bell that will deafen everyone that hears it.
We have double redemption now on the side of Elysium with Karma Ivern. That's so much healing.
That actually is not good.
No, it's not. It's not. I expect Arrow's gonna go with the more AP focused Karma build of this game because you have the Ivern. Probably get that Zerat support item.
Oh, not ZZ Rot.
It's not ZZ Rot. It's like, Zazix.
Zazix. I was like, what? They brought ZZ Rot back? It's like my favorite item in the game.
No, don't bring that back, please, for the love of God.
It was hilarious.
I don't want to play against Banner of Command ZZ Rot Yorick in this current meta state of Yorick. That would be.
You could just bring back ZZ Rot. Don't bring back Banner of Command. Bring back ZZ Rot. That was iconic. That was a legendary item.
bring back the legendary summoner spell of Siege, where it was just Banner of Command on a 300-second cooldown, and you would just play Sivir split push. You'd lock in Sivir as your AD, and then just play her to split push with that summoner spell. That season 1 was a hell of a landscape.
Bring back Revive. Just give me Revive. Just give me Revive.
But anyway, back to this draft. I did four top lane bans. No Renekton, no Scion, no Set, no Mbessa. So Renekton, the best blindable top laner here that isn't named Rumble. If you don't want to play Rumble,
I'm still in the LS Church of Thinking.
Or Gwen or Aurora. Like, I think
they don't need more AP. Trust me.
I think Renekton is like number 4 for like best blindable top lanes in the game right now, and it's gonna be Corki Zyra bot lane with this way being hovered here for YOLO swag. I feel the same way, Kimchi.
I won't do that.
I don't know.
This is not it.
I don't know how Corki Zyra functions as a lane.
It doesn't really. I mean, I guess it has lockdown, but it's like Corki doesn't need that. Corki wants someone to make sure that he actually can use Valkyrie as an engage tool or a disengage tool guaranteed and not need to do both at the same time, because Corki has no chase down. That's like his core thing, is he just auto attacks and shoots rockets at you. He's really old, and they salvaged it. This is the greatest team comp ever made.
This is the best draft I've ever seen.
This is the best draft ever.
This is peak Emerald League of Legends. Singed in the year of 2025.
It's not Singe support though. Oh, I wish it was Singe support.
Yeah, we don't have Lehens over here.
I love that. Oh, my memory of that is just everyone's like, dude, Lehens is playing his legendary Singe support. Got curb stomped. He was at the World Championships. Everyone's like, first game.
It was the best counter pick into Yuumi at that current state in the meta.
But it was so funny.
Oh wait, hold on. We also have a Caston.
This is a weird game. I'm excited.
This is the best draft I've ever seen. We get Singed and Cassidon. Forget all other 8 champions that were picked. We have Singed Cassidon.
Let them go against each other.
Game 2.
Just let them go against each other. I will be happy.
This is going to be fantastic to watch. I am so excited for this game.
I really want to see... I really want to see what So Easy does with the Singed, because he's mostly known for his bruiser and tanks, and I just want to see what he does with an absolute... not even a class of champion. He is literally...
If he is not between the tier 2 and inhibitor turret 3, at level 2, I'm leaving. I will not be here for the rest of the game.
Like, just FF. You might as well just FF. If you're not gonna if you're not gonna proxy, what's the point of playing Singed?
Yeah,
I'm predicting Conduit win. I want to see Singed get a dubski in the Premier League.
Yeah, I want the same thing. Look, everybody knows from last season the meme of me being Conduit biased. I am full Conduit biased in this game. We gotta freaking Singed. Like, this is gonna be amazing. I mean, holding back in, besides the fun picks that we have, I do think overall Elysium has the better draft.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Their draft is disgusting.
They don't have Singed.
You have double shields for Renekton. You have double enchanters for Jinx. You have double shields for a Cassidon who's going to be diving in onto a back line of just pure squishy champions with the Corki, Zyra, and Hui. So Elysium's draft is by far better, but I think the engage is better from Conduit just because they have Wukong and they have Singed flipping you 30 yards back into the enemy team. But you might not want to be doing that against a Renekton Cassidon.
What do you mean? Flip Daisy into your whole team. See what happens.
I mean, flip Karma into your whole team. Flip Jinx, but... if you're getting constantly rooted and slowed as the Singed, it's going to be difficult to be getting those flips that you are looking for.
Disregard everything I've said about the Corki Zyra bot lane. They have Singed. They are winning this game. That is the final thought, I think, for all of us. Let's get a Singed dubski on the board. Let's go to game 3.
Man, I have no intellectual insight on this game because I think this game is just going to be pure chaos with the last 2 picks from both teams. This game is either going to be a certified banger or it is going to be a slaughterfest for the side of Elysium.
It's going to be a disaster.
There's only 2 ways that this game number 2 ends up going, and I'm curious to see if this draft is able to get Conduit to game 3, because I have Not high hopes for it.
No faith, but I love the Singed, so I gotta go with So we'll see if Conduit's goofy draft, really unorthodox, brings them to game 3, or if Elysium will assert themselves at the top of the standings. We'll see you guys for game number 2. And we're back. Potential last game of the day already. Elysium up 1-0 as we have a 5-man mid spotted out by Watercat. Go. There it is. There's the level 1. Force the flash out, and Ivern doesn't care because he's Ivern. They get the ward. That word means nothing because it's Ivern.
Well, for me, So Easy has already lost some branding points with me. He didn't go TP Ghost, and he took Phase Rush, not Airy. And he took Phase Rush, not Airy.
Oh, what is this? This is
So Easy.
crime.
Just ignore him. Run
Go.
Run between tier 1, tier 2. Ignore him. Don't go to the wave.
Do it.
Go cut the wave. Go.
Yeah,
yes.
No, go back. Wait, hold on. We need to see this.
We don't want bot lane.
We don't need to see. Oh, actually, maybe this gets interesting. Oh, no, it's not going to get interesting. They went through lane brush, not try. Let's go. CZI, walk to wave. CZI, walk to the wave. You know you want to. Come on, go to the middle. Yes. The issue is he's way too close, so CZI could just answer here.
CZI is not answering. He's just
bro is accepting his fate. He's like, I'm just gonna let this hit turret. He's gonna eventually drop bladings.
All right, full wave cleared already by So Easy at a minute 45.
Cleared.
W.
Let's go. He's playing like a beast. Ooh, good trade here, and he's going back for more. His Poodle is dunking on it. That is the advantage you have of Zyra, just stupidly broken CC and really good damage, even at base. The thing is, that's going to disappear as the game goes on, especially if you don't get fed. But if you can lock Dilly down, it's kind of cool. But you can see that the damage doesn't really matter in the end. Genetics and Dilly at pretty similar health bars. They are winning against Arrow. Uh-oh. Wait, no, that's a good thing. Never mind. Sorry, I see So Easy. He took turret. I'm like, wait, no, that's a good thing because he wants to reset next wave.
Yeah,
and by reset, I mean
execute, faster recall.
A mandatory timeout.
So the other thing I do want to talk about is the quirky Zyra bot lane. Like, yes, it isn't super synergistic, but the amount of damage that you have at level 1 with Gatling Gun and Zyra base damage,
it's good.
Excuse me, had to sneeze. It's just insane. Like how much we can see Arrow and Dilly both out of pots now, and kind of just have to sit back in this wave and wait for everything. Can't really contest. Dilly also going with the Ghost this game is an interesting choice.
Is a choice.
Would have expected the barrier to try to live some of the potential burst that does come out.
Arrow wanted to go heal, so it seems that just had to go for something, but not the cleanse? You're into Zyra Way. That's not a terrible cleanse angle. I see why you didn't want to go. It's more airborns than roots or stuns, so fair. I don't think Ghost was the answer, though. I feel like you could have just took barrier and told Arrow to go combat some.
Yeah,
as
like
Watercat is getting shredded as. No, he can't proxy. Yes, he's run out of time to proxy, unfortunately.
For now.
He's going to have to push a wave in and say, I'm proxying.
Oh, wait, Nation's there to try to combat Duddy on this rift, on the Rift Scuttler. Pretty easy to do that, because, you know, either way, Ivern works, he needs to mark his camps and befriend them before he can take them, so Scuttle just goes to Nation, gonna take his recall here, potentially get double Scuttle in this game, unless Duddy goes down there.
No, Duddy should be able to get this. He does have Smite, so he should be fine.
I mean, overall, pretty boring in the early game, besides the fun shenanigans that we do have going on.
Singed, let's go. W Singed play.
Looking to get this wave crashed in.
He throws the honey on the floor. I can't call it what I normally call it, because I will get kicked off of stream.
yes, you will.
There are so many bad habits I've built up by just talking to my friends about League. Like, there's so many
Oh, no, YOLO.
Oh, the basketball. Dodges the basketball. No dunks here today, even though Daisy's not here, who actually does the dunking, by the way.
Yeah, but really good flash there by YOLO, but now if there is a repeat gank by Duddy Brains, he can be in a lot of trouble. So definitely going to have to keep our eyes on that one for the next 5 minutes. But if you learn anything by watching professional games, there is no reason to watch the lane for the first 4 minutes, 30 seconds. It's the last 30 seconds before the flash comes off of cooldown that you do get ganked.
Let's see if anything cool is about to happen. Drake is up. Ivern is historically famous for giving up first dragon. It's his bread and butter. You lose all your prio, especially in this case where you've lost all your lane priority.
Oh wait, YOLO might get a solo kill here.
Spiraling despair.
No. Oh, the shield.
That's so much shielding. That was like rank. I think it's rank 2 right now.
Yeah, it should be.
So much shielding. Unless he's insane and skipped over, what do you call it? Bush.
W, yeah. Bushwhack, I think it's called. I don't even know the name of that ability.
It's the Bush.
It's the Bush. Got it. All right.
Bush. Genetics going forwards to get exactly 0 damage on arrow and to lose the trade. And then he just puts himself in the traps. So he takes explosion damage because he got trapped at the end there.
That's just called a it's called a conference play, an ego play, really, by just going
ego playing with a tier and a Doran's Blade is a call.
Hey, but big thing in this game, Faded Ashes has been picked up by So Easy, so he doesn't get to clear those waves so much quicker.
Oh, look where he is. He's ready. Look at him. He's eager.
Oh, they're looking for Watercat. They're looking for this play.
They really should not be.
Here.
Yeah,
why is Genetics here? Why is Genetics here?
I don't know. Bot lane is not close to pushing. He might just win this solo, actually. His Duddy already hit the root caller. But no go forwards from Genetics is continuing to run away as Poodle is the ADC now. And drops cannon.
Yep, that's what happens. Not every support knows how to last hit anymore, but
man,
yeah.
Such a boomer statement.
Genetics is
back in my day. He's what am I watching? Genetics, what was that for?
I don't know what happened the last passage.
You missed like 2 waves.
I don't know what happened the last 2 minutes of this game. That was the weirdest thing ever. And now Dunny Brains is bot lane. All right, let's
see. CI lands the stun as Duddy is down here trying to hit some damage from Arrow. The basketball not going to connect. Arrow flashing forwards to not hit anything. Genetics gets hit by the empowered Q. So Easy tanks a turret shot. That was unrelated to all that, but it just happened to be on the screen at the moment. As, oh my goodness, okay, we took a camp. We are walking back to lane.
Oh no, now Dilly and Arrow could be in trouble because Nation is on his way.
Ooh, has the Cyclone as well. So Easy is in very much danger. Cyclone goes out. They're going to land the root at least. Dilly should be able to get out of here. Flashed and ghosted, which was not necessary. As now they can just turn it back onto Nation potentially. Daisy not summoned yet. Insane root caller. I did not know it goes that far.
Genetics is so lucky that Dilly doesn't have mana because a Super Mega Death Rocket kills him right now.
Dilly is lucky that he's only 21 CS down because what was that roam? Genuinely.
I really don't know what's going on in this game. We thought this game was going to be pandemonium from the draft. It's not pandemonium from the draft. It's pandemonium from the decisions that are being made with Genetics roaming mid lane.
It's not even the decisions being made by the whole team. It's literally one dude just making a really weird call. It's just Genetics. Everyone else is doing their jobs. And then Genetics is just in mid lane for some reason. Why is he here? What do you do?
Nobody's bot lane. Okay,
It's pushed in fair, but no one's putting pressure on so you guys can get the Drake. And it's not like YOLO wasn't there. He was right there. He was next to him, and he just stole like a minion and he stole like half the wave or something.
Genetics isn't even level 5 yet.
He is level 5. He's not level 6, which is crazy.
Oh, that's what I meant.
We get the flip. Oh.
Uh-oh. And it seems...
Chat, this is what we call an uh-oh.
I wonder if Caddy will be giving us some insight, or if it was Caddy who died.
Is this also on stream?
Oh, yes, it is. Caddy died, I think. Yep, Caddy died. Okay, we'll be back in a moment to get the game back into action. Our producers seem to have exploded, as so did High Alert for our game number 2.
Oops. Oh, no. I'm back. I died. Oh.
All right. We're back live on the screen, but we're not played yet. So
we're not Okay, we are back. Okay,
okay, there we go.
Everything's fine. It's all okay. We're all good.
All right, so Dilly didn't die on the potential gank we saw coming out. Genetics
finally
hits level 6, 9 minutes into this game. Void Grubs go over to Elysium. Dragon gonna go over to Conduit, and Genetics is not having any fun in this lane because he has roamed twice.
What? I'm not.
And
sometimes I feel like
rocket for no reason.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being too harsh on these players, and then things like that happen, where Genetics just goes on 2 roams for no reason. He's not the support. In fact, one of the roams was when his wave was getting pushed in. So I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, look, man, Conduit, I love you guys. I love playing for you guys.
What is this?
What the hell is happening?
Casual
right
25 CS down on Corki of all champions.
Yeah, to a Jinx in the early game.
Jinx is good at CSing, but Corki's a very consistent CS champion because he has inherent true damage.
Yeah, you got Gatling Gun, you had Phosphorus Bomb, and Rockets that all hit the wave at the same time, and Watercat doesn't die.
Invasion is just in there.
Oh, no!
Arrow absolutely griefing. He learned from the last game. They learned. Genetics, what are you doing? Going for the 1v1 with Dilly, but he has everybody on his tail. I don't know why the Iron's flashing, but it's going to connect. 2-man kill with the Cyclone already. Arrow is all alone, and it's kind of like Fight Club. Nation, triple kill to pull this all back. What is going on? Video games aren't real. No one should play them.
Well, Kimchi, like you said, Wukong needs to get ahead. I think that's enough to get Wukong ahead. The 3 kills in a bot lane team fight and claims the feats of warfare for his team.
You coward, steal this. Ignore where. Oh wait, no, never mind.
No. Wait.
I was gonna say ignore where he is, and he did actually go for it. I thought he was leaving already, so I was like, I'm safe to go for this. Okay, no, he saw CZI on the ward. Never mind. CZI was in try, so he was not getting out of there alive.
Yeah, and YOLO wasn't even in the wave to contest to try to
YOLO was nowhere close. And Watercat wasn't on the rift, so you just assume that they're next to you.
Well, a plus side for Conduit is Nation is very strong in this game. He's already on that Sundered Sky, and is going to be doing so much damage in these team fights when they do such a breakout, but there's an item I think he needs to buy. And it's not a good item. It's not an item that you ever build on Wukong. But I think he needs to build Serpent's Fang in this game.
I'm disgusted. I've never heard that. Honestly, I've never heard that come from someone talking about Wukong before. That's insane.
Who else is going to build it against this comp? You want Genetics
to
build it? You want so easy. Build Serpent's Fang second item this game. Please.
He theoretically could. I don't think he should, but he can.
Everybody can. Even Poodle can build it. But
Poodle would actually be an insane applier of it.
Somebody needs to build it, and the best two are both the Nation Wukong and the AP support Zyra at a Poodle.
It's not like she's going to get to that many items, so it's fine. It's not like Zyra's going to get that much money, so it's okay.
Look, it's not like Bard where you can just build 3 random items and it seems to work every single time. Like, I remember when the build was a static Shiv, Dead Man's Plate, and a Leandries, and it's like, I guess this works.
This is an option.
And Watercat eats another Spiraling Despair and takes 0 damage from it.
Into the wave, so he gets pushed into, actually. Will that pay off? We'll see. Nah, but back to Bard, it's like Static Shiv, RFC, Shirelias. Yeah, this is a normal build. This is a Bard build.
First patch of the new season, what's the build? Frozen Heart, Canik Ripcord, and Dead Man's Plate. You just never die, apparently.
It's just like, that's the best part about specific like some weird champions like Bard. You can just do whatever the hell you want, and no one can tell you you're building him wrong.
Oh, hey, look, I got Wit's End, Leandry's Torment, and Serpent's Fang. That's
reset cancel. Got him. Getting pranked, loser.
So, items I missed that used to be really strong and got super nerfed. Frozen
Banner
Heart,
Command.
Man. I miss how strong Frozen Heart used to be. That item was so disgusting when it got, like, made to be a support item and cost so much less gold. That item was so
Mask. I missed old Abyssal Mask.
Yeah, yep.
It was way better. I used to build it on a Mumu every game.
What other fun items do... here's the real question, Kimchi. Do you miss the items like Gale Force and everything like that? Do you
miss... not Gale Force. My
Every
trauma of
carry,
insane engage. My trauma of Gale Force on random champions who are not ADCs. No thanks.
You don't like Gale Force Viego?
No, I was not a fan of it, shockingly. And then, of course, you'd have to bring Stridebreaker back.
Stridebreaker is not allowed back in the game. We have it. It's called Sundered Sky.
Called old Stridebreaker with the stupid dash. Never again.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Redemption built. Redemption number 1 is built. I don't think there will be a Redemption number 2, because if Arrow builds it, they are just actively inting the game.
And I don't think Conduit will have one this game. I don't think Poodle will ever build that item. You want as much damage as possible on Zyra to, like, actually be able to play the game. So, like, obviously we're gonna get...
You can build it.
We're gonna get, what, either Leandries or Blackfire, and then probably Rylai's after that. Like... My issue with
Singed. Give me it. Redemption Singed.
My issue with AP supports is they need so much gold, and if you aren't getting a massive lead early game, it kind of feels like you do nothing at, like, this point in the game. And it already feels like that for Poodle. Oh, no, genetics gets rooted.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Arrow is not a psychopath and does not follow up on it, so they will give over the dragon again. He has not summoned Duddy has not summoned Daisy this game. May I just put that out there?
So easy is out the dragon and doesn't have TP.
Huh.
And CZ's just pushing a top lane with 3 Grebs.
What the hell?
Conduit has been making some questionable choices.
What am I? Why? He's here. You made it back, but why'd you leave?
I'm not quite sure, but now...
He's just like the worst Drake taker of all time.
Genetics could be in trouble, but should just Valkyrie away, and I believe he does. But now the wave gets cleared. CZI can't push the turret anymore.
He's gonna go on a roam again, watch.
Rift Herald just started up here, though, and Genetics taking a lot of damage out here in the spot lane.
Genetics getting destroyed. Flashes. That was mind control. He knew. There's the fling. Throwing the goo too close is the thing here, and he's just dead. No, he's out of there. So easy. Impossible to catch Singe. Get out of the Redemption or stay in it. Also an option there. Ooh, Stranglethorn going through. CZI is so low, and they're going to actually take this Rift Herald away, as it's a 1-for-1 so far. As Smite gets smitten, smited, loser.
Yeah, they could not kill so easy when he went in crazily. I mean, Daisy did a lot of work in that team fight, but just not enough. And Nasian with the clutch smite is able to pick up the Rift Herald. And now they're going to charge this into tier 2. So, Conduit, after some questionable plays, are going to have a really solid lead for themselves here. Up 2k gold at this point, up 2 dragons. They're going to get a charge into the tier 3 as well, because I don't think Arrow's going to be able to stop this one before it gets it. Yep, and into tier 3 it went.
I don't even get this. What is going on? What on earth am I watching?
We are watching peak League of Legends right now.
This is like solo queue. This is literally just solo queue. I'm watching some dudes. I'm watching some random Emerald players solo queue game.
But you love it.
I don't know if love is the right word.
I think it is.
Love is a strong word in this situation. As there's the jump. That's kind of the advantage of Watercat here on this Kassadin. Just permanently jumping away, dodges the fear, and that's a shutdown going over to the bad father.
Yeah, we're at the Malignance point. We're still waiting to get to level 16 here for Watercat. That's when Singed really does come online, so it makes sense that Elysium is kind of losing this early game. They really need Watercat to hit the level 16 thresh point that everybody knows, the timer, and the memes and everything like that. But overall, this game is still relatively close, despite the 2 turrets going down in the mid lane for the side of Conduit. But I still have so many questions about what is actually going on in this game. Like, my mind is kind of broken from seeing some of these plays early on.
We are getting no answers. You know it already. You already know we're not getting any answers, and we'll just have to figure it out as we go. That's just the nature of the beast. This is not pro play. There is not sound reason to some of these decisions. Hence 2 roams from the Corki. And so easy, almost losing his entire turret because he wanted to go to Drake fight once his team started fighting the dragon. The best time to rotate to Drake is when your team's already finished it.
Yep. I agree.
That's what my teammates in solo queue do, so it has to be good. They'll see I'm on the dragon, it's like, cool. I want to be there. Let me start going there. It's been dead for a minute. Still walking.
Yep. Guys, I'm on my way. Do not worry. I'll help with this dragon.
On my way. That's my favorite thing. The other thing that I love is when my teammate teleports in after the fight's over. It's just like, I'm on my way. And just gets obliterated.
I got this. 1v5.
1v5, 1v4, and then just gets deleted. I'm like, thanks, man. You really showed the enemy team what's good. There they are.
So easy.
For the first time. For the first time, they meet. Watercat.
Oh, what a buffer!
Cancel. Blink cancel.
No, so easy's dead. So easy. Oh my god.
Is popping the Insanity Potion. He needs to run, but you can't run from Cassidy. Got the Archangels. He's winning. He got the Seraphs.
Oh, man.
He popped Seraphs. He's really winning.
Honestly, that buffer by Watercat was the best play we've seen all game. Let's be so real here.
That was pretty cool. I didn't even know you could buffer Fling with that.
I didn't either. I'm learning new things here.
I was like, I know Tristana can buffer literally everything in the game. I didn't know you could do that with Rift Walk. That was kind of cool.
Well, Dragon is on the Rift, and the teams are here. Watercat is at 2 items, but does not have that Seraphs active anymore. There's no Singe, so the advantage to Elysium.
Yes, notable advantage to Elysium.
No Daisy either. Duddy Braids has been really stingy with his Daisy usage.
Dude, just summon it. Just summon it. It's why are you letting this happen? 2-man Cyclone in the back line as the redemption is forced already. Nation not going to get rooted. CZI flashing forwards now with the dominance. Here comes the hero. Dun, 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 dun. They lose the Drake. He's just going in. He does not care.
He's dead.
He's
no
dead.
Dilly gets resets.
Watercat falls to Genetics. Dilly is excited, though, and it's going to be another kill going over to the side of Elysium. I was going to say Eli. I'm like, don't call them Eli. That's weird. Double kill over to Dilly.
Dilly might be in trouble here. Nasion's looking for him.
Nasion hunting like a beast. Arrow cancels the recall. Perfectly timed to stop it. Not going to be enough to stop the inevitability of this Wukong. The shield was just not enough. Tethered the clone, most importantly, though. Smite not going to actually find the kill. And in the end, it hits the fan.
I thought Nation was going to die there, and I thought he could have probably killed Arrow first and then turned on to Dilly, but was able to pick up both of them, and even was threatening Duddy Brains there, but a nice root caller by Duddy was able to not have Nation get another triple kill there at the back end of that fight. On the Black Cleaver now. Nation, check your DMs. There's an item you need to build in this game.
Don't DM him. You will get us in trouble.
I know. Do not worry. Do not worry.
Especially if they win this game, just get Nation just get them a penalty for outside of interference. Just get them a penalty real quick.
Get Conduit banned from Premier League.
Just get Conduit an instant series loss. Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Elysium would love that. It'll give him first place.
Elysium would love that. I don't know if Conduit would love that, unfortunately. And you've stated how much you love Conduit, and I'm assuming they love you back. So I feel like this isn't the best intro.
I think it'd be great. Nation shafted me on playing on a team with me this season after saying he wanted to, so maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it.
Maybe it's worth it.
But Otacon is on the Rift, so let's talk about that. The best objective that Ryan ever came out with, the one that flips games and turns it into a burger stand.
I thought Baron already was flipping games, and then this thing came out.
And then, yeah, especially the old Respawn one, that was the biggest
teams were falling over themselves to get that thing. As So Easy is running from CZI, doesn't have actually has the Insanity Potion, doesn't even need it. Also has no mana, so he can't pop it.
Exactly, and also shout out to Esports for the raid. Thank you guys. Hope you guys had a great cast here, and hope you can enjoy this chaotic game here as Genetics is maybe gonna die.
Dilly? Ooh, didn't get enough distance on the Super Mega Death Rocket, unfortunately, to pick up the kill. And they don't actually get anything out of Genetics, so it's kind of just a wash.
Yeah, luckily Dilly didn't die from the damage that was responded there by YOLO Swag. Maybe if like YOLO Swag was in closer range, it could have been a different play, but Otacon, no vision on it right now for the side of Conduit. I think both teams are kind of relatively bad at taking this objective, and that's why we're not seeing the super hard focus for it in this game. But But now with Baron spawning in 40 seconds, they're going to have the 2 neutral objectives on both sides.
Nope, stop going back in. I know you're baiting Watercat in. Honestly, it might actually work out in the end, as there's a Severy Bolt forcing out the flash. Oh, this Kassadin dodges away. There's the Redemption, huge. The other thing we haven't mentioned about Redemption is it does 10% max health true damage. So it's really good for actually threatening your opponents and or picking up some low HP targets if they get away from your homicidal maniacs.
Yeah, Watercat almost did die there. That was like the closest you could get to killing a level 15 Kassadin, and it becomes even harder when he's level 16 in a long lane like that.
Soon enough, that will be the closest you can get to killing a Singed.
Jury's still out on that one.
He's building Rylai, so he's slowly going to become unkillable.
Also, he's not level 16, and Watercat just gets to go away. Genetics, Valkyrie's over wall to take a turret, but now they could turn their focus onto this Otacon, even though there is the word
focus on throwing. They can focus on throwing, and they're going to go for the burger flip. So Elysium actually not even close. It's just Watercat right now.
Yeah,
the damage, though, to burn it. Teleport coming in from CZI. Arrow is here. Duddy is on his way still. Where's the Singe?
Oh, they caught Watercat.
They caught out Watercat. They're not going to get him with the Stranglethorns, but they will find him with the Gatling gun and the regular gun, of course, from Genetics, as Nazia trying to just continue going forward. Another route coming through from this. From the Zyra. They almost get the reset. Daisy doesn't get the kill, but so easy. That's why you're drafting Singe, to secure objectives with the poison. That was really close to Daisy stealing that. I
thought Daisy was gonna take that. But
I was like,
was just like, Daisy, focus the Otacon while they chase our team. It's
did not smite it for some reason. Just no smite, because I guess they wanted to turn on to Drake here.
I don't think Elysium can contest this, because Water's dead, Dilly's mid lane, and CZI isn't even here. So yeah,
but they got Otacon, they might get
Dilly's gonna keep pushing.
Dilly can shred this if they just want to play defense here. Not even a contest from Conduit, so Dilly will at least trade something. They do give up the Otacon, of course, but that wasn't. It's only soul points, so it's not the end of the world yet.
I mean, CZI was. We saw on the minimap that CZI was trying to stop any recalls coming out from the side of Conduit, because maybe if he was able to stop like 2 important bases, after 2 turrets go down in the mid lane, you could just move Duddy, Arrow, and Dilly over to take the Baron, but now they're taking resets at a bad time. Conduit's back on the map with the Baron up, so the focus can be turned onto that for the side of Conduit.
Here it is. So easy. Nope, he got hit. All you had to do was wait like 2 seconds. All you had to do was wait like half a second, and you wouldn't have been hit by that slow. But whatever. Fine. I'll just have to fantasize about it. Continue to theoretical Singe this game, as opposed to actual Singed.
Watercat is sitting bot lane. Level 16. We've hit the time. Kassadin is officially online.
Well, it was level 13, but now he's really online with the bonus, or with the boosted Rift Wall. He's just going to go for the split push. He has confidence in his team to just wipe this, which, fair, they actually have really good damage. Is CZI going to draw 2 members away? So easy, already at half HP, and here comes the teleport. He got the wave in on this tier 2. He's looking to get that gold and the team fight win. There's the redemption. Huge healing. They're going to find the Wukong clone for whatever that's worth. Is that Super Mega Death? Right, it wasn't. That was a weird bubble-shaped ability that I cannot tell what that was, actually. So they've successfully pushed off Conduit.
Yeah, like I was going to say, most importantly, the Baron is stopped. Nation didn't use Cyclone yet, so they still have the engage potential, but he is so low in this fight.
Oh, so they're going to jump on it so easy. There goes the Singe. Huge combo there to find the Jinx and eventually the Karma Nation continuing to go forwards. But Watercat is here. Gets so much mana back right there. Duddy is a sliver of health, but they don't have anything to stop him. Severing Bolt not going to connect there. And Genetics doesn't fire the rocket at the right place. Holy cow. They're going to get the jump now onto YOLO, but they're not going to be able to lock him down for long. The fear onto CZI. His Watercat just turns his attention. CZI just survives on 1. Genetics goes forwards with the Valkyrie, or with the flash to find the 1 auto needed to continue this game being dead even and a mess. And what am I watching?
You're like I said earlier, you're watching peak Emerald League of Legends right now.
Definition of Emerald League of Legends, yes.
So big thing that happened in that team fight. Dilly could have single-handedly won that entire fight if he didn't get immediately bursted by YOLO Swag, hitting that I'm gonna be honest. I do not know the name of Hwei abilities. The E that pulls you together, and then he clawed you, and then he severing bolted you. I know that one. And then Dilly had no HP, and then Nation was able to get the kill on that. If that didn't happen from YOLO Swag with the heroics in that team fight, I think Dilly just gets a penta there. Like unironically, he had the resets. He has the 3 items. He's at a huge damage thresh point. So
just like Red SR had the Drake alive, which means the Drake fight isn't over. The Baron is still alive, which means the Baron fight is still on. They have no vision of it. They know where they are on it. They need to get in the pit, though. CZI going to threaten. They're going to lose out on the Baron, but can they win the fight that follows? Watercat on the flank has already found the Zyra, as they're looking to turn onto the Cassidy, but he's going to go golden. CZI going forward. Genetics going to go on a killing spree. CZI doesn't have the healing. Nation finds one more, and they will get this Baron fight. They will get so much more out of it as well. 2 kills in exchange for just the support, which is like the best case scenario. Dilly takes a lot of damage there, but thankfully Arrow and Duddy have just way too much shielding. It's an unhealthy, it's kind of illegal how much shielding's on this team, but they lose Baron regardless.
Oh, wait! Nation did it! He built Serpent's Fang!
Oh, wait! He actually built it?
He did it! He did it!
Getting investigated. You are getting investigated this game.
I am not DMing Nation. I'm DMing somebody else, I promise.
You are getting yourself into a world of hurt right now.
Bully, I promise. I promise. I will leak my conversations to Nation if I need to. I have not DM'd this man.
Oh, yeah, I'm impressed he actually built it. Usually players don't even think of building Serpent's Fang. It doesn't have the star next to it, so no one thinks of it.
Look, Conduit has a history of building Serpent's Fangs on champions who shouldn't build it. We have a history of having a legendary game where a Rakan built Serpent's Fang.
Ooh, that actually is a really good user, though.
Definitely never expected, but yeah, it happens. But honing back in on this game, Soul has spawned for the side of Conduit.
It's only it's not even a 2,000 gold lead. Daisy is dead. This is not how you're supposed to use Daisy, but we're not going to go over that. As they will at least get the... Okay, they will at least get this dragon. Really late smite there. They got a smite at like 500 HP. I don't know why he didn't just throw the smite. They actually should be going forwards here. They got the Jinx some damage, but they're going to lose the Jinx because no one's standing with them. And just going forwards, Watercat does so much damage, but it's not even going to matter. CZI can't take on Nation. And this is just a funeral march right now for Conduit.
I mean, they're doing it with the weird quirky draft. They're doing it.
Why didn't they turn to engage?
Look, I think we have more questions than answers in this game so far.
Yeah.
Let's be so real here.
We are. That is correct. There are so many questions, so little answers.
But they're starting the beginning of the end. They're looking to start sieging up here. I mean, Dilly's up in 7 seconds, so they're going to have to take this in him and leave. And then they could look to push in the mid lane here with the way the wave is already like on their half of the map. But with Dilly back up, it could be a little bit dangerous. A lot of damage on the Duddy. Oh my god, that's shielding. Wait, it didn't matter!
What? Holy cow, okay. This actually might... Oh, this is a really deep TP, and it's spotted out, too. So they should just either tuck tail and leave, or go kill someone. As Nation getting onto Dilly, forcing out the flash there. The trap's not coming out in time. Watercat on this flank is going huge, potentially. Will find one, can't find the other. It's a 2-for-1 so far. 2-for-2, technically, because Duddy got absolutely smoked before this even started. His Genetics is here to protect the mid laner from any potential harm and or homicides. CZI is so bulky. He has almost 4,000 health. But the anti-heal is actually huge. That's the one champion that is going to be healing on this team, and Renekton is terrifying.
That's
if you haven't had to face it.
There's so much healing that comes out from the side of Elysium with the double Moonstone on both Ivern and Karma.
Actually crazy. Well, like, Moonstone doesn't heal if you don't heal, so.
Yeah, that's why they have Redemption.
That is why they have a Redemption. So Ivern will be healing his teammates for a little extra. you build Moonstone for the shielding. I don't think your W healing on Karma actually passes to another person, unfortunately. Unless you have a Neela on your team. She ain't here, so.
I would have to test that out. That's actually an interesting point. But
well, I mean, if we could scan over the redemption, or not the redemption, sorry, the Moonstone of Arrow, that would really just quickly answer the question, I guess.
I think it is healing done to your teammates, passes to other teammates.
118, how?
An ally changed the effect to another ally. Yeah, so yeah. So Karma...
they're 118 on this.
Heal?
Oh yeah, actual heal. I keep forgetting actual heal count.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
The mantra W will not bounce the healing onto somebody else.
Or regular W.
Yes, correct.
Just mantra W gives you more healing, which is broken.
Yeah, let's remember.
Karma's really broken.
Let's remember grasp Karma top with spirit.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. Leave me alone.
You did 0 damage, but you never died.
It didn't matter. You did 0 damage, but you lived forever and ruined your opponent's spawn.
You just rooted everybody every single time you could because they couldn't run away from you because you would slow them with the Iceborne Gauntlet auto.
I thought we left that in the early 2020s. I thought we
bring it back. I still play that. No. It's still fun.
No, it's not fun. Karma is not fun. Karma is just...
Oh, no. Awful. Karma is one of the champions I hate the most. I hate playing this champion. I also hate playing Braum, but it sucks that they're both good.
Okay, no, Braum is fun for me.
I'm a Bard main, but Braum is boring.
It's neuron activation.
Boring. Is the champ disgustingly strong and I play it? Yes. Do I enjoy my time? Absolutely not. And then I love playing Yuumi, so Watercat is okay.
Speaking of cats, Watercat is perfectly safe.
Thank you, Guster. Thank you, Guster, and Twitch chat supporting me. That's my home. That's a day one homie right there. Guster's
holy cow! I was gonna say something worse because I was genuinely so surprised. Daisy's here. And she's gone.
And dead. Yep, we've seen that so many times.
So Duddy has no clue how to control Daisy. It's so easy. Going in, trying to get anything he can. CZI getting chunked.
Oh my god, he's so fast.
He's so fast. And he's eating into the grave, unfortunately. It's like a car crash in real time. They will get a Winion's turret. Where? Topside?
Yes, topside. But So Easy actually might have kind of thrown the game with that play by running back in for no reason.
Yeah, he's so excited. It's neuron activation. Oh, CZI might have just thrown this fight entirely with that one, as it's 2 instantly fall. Super Mega Death Rocket is on point to at least get 1 back. But look, when you get Speed Boot, you get Insanity Potion, you have Ghost, you get some
You Ghost Flash with Phase Rush and definitely double Nimbus Proxy.
And you have some what do you call it? You have some of your passive speed. You gotta go. It's just too fun. Also, it's nearly impossible to control. Have you ever tried to control a champion at like 900 move speed?
Yes, I used to play NASCAR Singe back when we actually had runes and masteries, and you would just take every move.
Arrow tries to 1v1 YOLO Swag. That does not end well. But Dilly will find the kill, dodges away from the spiraling despair. And it's a 1-for-1, but that's way more value. Burn, teleport, and a shunt down to a Jinx. Sure, she's full build already. I swear to God, if there's 5 crit items in the inventory, I'm going to send a firmly worded email to Dilly.
I think Dilly has IE, Yuntal, Runans, and Last Whisper.
Look, we had someone last week build 5 crit. Good. We had someone last week build 5 crit, and I didn't want to say anything. But this week, I'm not standing for it. Anyways, remember when you needed 5 crit items because they for some reason reduced all crit items to 20% for like 2 years?
Do you remember when IE was just the first build item on every AD carry?
And it wasn't. It failed. People didn't build IE anymore for a while. Yep. Because there were just other mythics that I mean, Gale Force was still in the game.
I'm talking about like old days before mythics.
Oh, old.
Was just the first item you would build on every single AD carry in existence.
Just gonna check that blindly. Remember when Faker used to rush Death Cap?
Yes.
Man, before people knew what itemization was.
Man, APE mid. Let's remember that day with Faker.
One day, never played it again.
Yep.
I don't even think it was APE. It was just regular Yi, and you just never played it again.
It was APE because Q had.
It used to scale off of AP ratio.
And the W healing. I think he got a penta in that game actually.
Oh well, that's crazy. as we lose a turret in the bot side, actually, on the side of Conduit.
Well,
Baron is up. Oh, wait, Baron is not contested. And here comes Daisy on her suicide mission.
And Solo's dead.
Oh my god. And that is level 18 Cassidon. Just in a nutshell.
I mean, Watercat took so much damage from the Spiraling Despair.
Watercat's forcing reset. He does take a ton of damage, yes, but he's forcing resets here. As he just gets 2 turrets by himself in the bot side. And he's going to just teleport to fight if he needs. They need to contest. They can't give over Baron at this point. They don't have... I mean, we're so late in the game, the money doesn't really matter. It's so easy. Is in there. Nation gets stuck in the traps, steals the Baron with the smite. So easy. Will give his life in exchange for the Ivers, but Dilly is so excited. It's 1-2 going over to the Jinx. It's 3 for Dilly, and it's probably 2-0 for Elysium. After, oh my god. The shield didn't even matter, but you just saw that thing?
Yeah. And yep.
Watercat commits crimes against genetics there. Just 100 zeros him. 2 spells is all it takes. It's like one kiss, but 2 spells. Doesn't matter. They've Renekton.
And they have
and Karma.
And yep.
And that is going to be Watercat picking up his 2nd kill for a 2nd consecutive ace. And that is going to be Elysium picking up 1st place entering the final week of the season as they 2-0 Conduit into a guaranteed 3rd place of sadness and despair.
Yeah, I mean, Conduit threw the game off one play. Like, they had it, they had the win, they had the momentum, and then out of nowhere, they just lost. And it feels really bad. Like, it's so hard to give any insight on this game just because of some, like, really, really confusing plays out of Conduit in the early game, and then they were able to have a pretty solid lead. I wouldn't say a great lead, but then just, like, a few passage of plays ended up, like, costing them the game, and I'm really curious to see, like, what their comms were like in that moment where, like, they thought they had an option, and then just, like, nobody's looking for the right play or turning at the right time. And then Elysium, they look like a team that has been playing together for so long, because they have been. Like, Arrow and Dilly have been playing together as long as I've been playing competitive League of Legends. So, like, for the last 5 years, they've been playing together.
Jeez,
so, like,
5 years on one team is crazy.
Also with Guster, if Guster was playing this week, he's been in there with them for, like, that long of a time too. So, like, this team, even when they were losing this game, they were, like, never felt out of it, and were able to just be able to bring it back. Like, look at this gold graph. This is actually insane.
Wow. That is a, if you've ever watched Breon play, my dogs, have you ever watched High Fresh Blade, Breon, whatever you want to call them? This is exactly what our gold graphs look like whenever we have a lead.
Yep.
We're doing something right. We'll get like 5k ahead. Game just, we lose like 3 team fights in a row, crater the game, and lose for no reason. That's... Or Dignitas. But old Dignitas used to do this as well. It was very fun.
But, like, I mean, Elysium were able to come back from this gold lead. They didn't get a single Baron. They were able to stack the dragons and kind of stop Conduit from getting that early soul. And it was just like 2 team fights that really turned this game around for the side of Elysium to be able to get this win. But, like, it was hard fought and kind of, in a way, didn't feel deserving. They just were able to get the kills on Dilly at the end of that Baron play, and then just with an excited Jinx able to just end the game. But, like, I think a lot more questions than were answered in the series, kind of for both sides.
Absolutely. I mean, it does, I guess to a degree it does matter if it's deserved, but also scoreboard, as some people would put it, scoreboard.
Yeah.
It really was yeah, you say it, you put it pretty bluntly, Dilly just got the resets on consecutive fights and got to take over. But why were they... I mean, it really is on Conduit in that situation to put themselves in multiple fights where Dilly just gets a kill and gets to run rampant because they're sending 2 people to take Baron, or they're uncoordinated, or So Easy just runs in and dies for no reason with, like, 1,000 speed. It's just... It's the things that should not be happening, really. Just straight up. Like, things that normal teams, or I guess teams wouldn't allow to happen. Like, you should not be allowing this to happen ever, period, end of sentence. You shouldn't be throwing 5,000, 4,500 gold leads because your Singed gets too excited and runs in and dies alone. And then you have to fight Drake right after.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could give some more intellectual insight from this one, but it kind of was just
chaos
all over the place and pure chaos.
Woo! It was exactly what we expected, at least.
Yeah, yes, it was. It was everything we wanted and maybe a little bit more.
Maybe a little too much.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, if I had to choose a player of the game, it's a tough one.
Ooh.
I think it's Dilly because he took over the last two team fights that ended up winning the game for Elysium, but like also Watercat was insane on the Kassadin.
Was it just left alone to do Kassadin things? It's just, that one's a tough one, honestly.
Oh god.
No there's no co-inhabitant MVPs because that's lame.
I'm gonna give it to Dilly.
I will be. Do I want to just be a contrarian? Yeah, I'll be a contrarian and say my player of the game is not Dilly. I'm sorry, Dilly. You did very well. You did very well, but Watercat was just on another level. This entire series was really the main carry for most of the game until Dilly got to take over those last few fights at 5 items because this game went 40-something minutes.
Okay, you know what? Better idea. Arrows in Twitch chat saying F both of them and give it to me so I can listen to Dilly Mauled. All right, Arrow's MVP for this game.
Yes.
All right, congratulations, congratulations, Arrow. You were our MVP for game number 2.
That's just how the cookie crumbles. This is called compromise, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we call
Can't make a decision. Do what some random person says.
Pick the third option that wasn't even involved in the matter in the first place, because compromise.
Yeah.
Arrow broke the tie. Arrow created a 3-way tie and then broke the tie in the same sentence.
Regardless, great series that we had here today. Sadly, like we said at the top of the day, we will not be having that second series as Hyler is going to be recovering from the explosion that they have and having to FF this week. So hopefully they're around for next week, the final week of the regular season.
Ooh, already playoffs time. Let's see what let's get a good look at the standings now that we actually can. Because the week's over. Well, not over. I guess technically it is because explosion.
Yeah, the week is over because explosion.
Because of explosion. I believe it's top 6 to playoffs if I am not mistaken. So right now it is Dog and Omega sitting at 3-3, rounding out the 5th and 6th place. Then we have our 4-2. Yes, 4-2 teams. We have Spire, Elysium, and Team Solo Invade. I believe the order will be Elysium, Spire, TSI at the end of the week. And then in 4th place, we have Conduit sitting at 3-3, the best 3-3 team of all the 3-3 teams. How on earth, dude? Omega. I mean, someone said it earlier. 0-3 to 3-0, if I'm not mistaken, is crazy. Absolutely insane turnaround, and I believe the only team who cannot possibly make the playoffs, in spite of even without implosion, might have probably not had a chance at the end of the day. High Alert, now 1-5, unfortunately for them. I believe they are the only out team entering week 7.
I believe so. I'd have to do the math and figure that out, but maybe I'll do that later. Maybe Storm will end up doing that as well. It's something he does like to do.
Dog are at 3 wins, and they are the bottom of the... Yes, they are the bottom of the 3-3 teams, and so
if they're at 3, if they're at 3,
the cutoff
then
is 3 wins. High Alert have 1 win. They didn't even get a chance to fight for this one. Not even mental boom, just actual boom.
Yeah.
Whoops. So that's the playoff picture. It's a 4-way fight or 3-way fight for first place. Still, it is a 4-way fight for the last 3 spots in the playoffs, that's kind of crazy that so many teams are now 3-3 or 2-4 and have a shot at it.
It's gonna be a fun last week.
I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be missing the last
No.
week.
To say the least, it will be a banger last week for all the series that we will be having. And hey, I'll be here. I can't wait. It's gonna be a
We got
great
1 week
time.
of Chong and Kimchi, and it's gone already because we're always busy. Something has to
Sadly,
get in the way. So, legendary 1 week run of casting, and it'll be gone. Hopefully, it's back for playoffs.
I hope so.
We got some rounds of those. We got a oh boy, if my math is correct, too many playoff games. A lot of playoff rounds. I can't do math.
3 playoff rounds.
3 playoff rounds. I don't know how a 16 playoff is going to work. I'm assuming the first place team gets a bye.
First and
First and
second
second get
seed get a
buys.
bye. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank God we have a 3-way tie for those seeds.
Yeah, gonna be great. I wonder
Keep it
how Bully's gonna
interesting.
figure that one out.
Have fun, Bully, with the point system. But that is it for today. Only one BO3 mental, not even mental, actual boom from High Alert. So thank you, Elysium and Conduit, for the quick series. I guess not even quick series. The second game went 40 minutes. The very fun series. Dear God, that last game was just chaos. I've been Box Kimchi. This has been Chong Selma. We hope you guys tune in for the last week 7, Saturday, Sunday, as always. And then we're heading into the playoffs. So we hope to see you to wrap up the regular season.